Welcome to Consumerpedia. I'm Herb Weisbaum, a contributing editor at Checkbook.org. This is our 75th episode, and we're going to celebrate with something special. It's our first quiz show. You can play along with our celebrity guests to test your consumer IQ. So let's get started.
It's time once again to see how smart you really are. It's time for Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge, radio's ultimate consumer challenge. Now here's the man with all the questions and the answers, Consumer Man Herb Weisbaum.
Thank you, Art Sanders. Hello, everybody. This is our first Checkbook College of Consumer Knowledge, and we are thrilled to have two friends of mine as contestants, the morning team at KIRO Newsradio in Seattle, veteran legendary broadcaster Dave Ross.
Thank you.
And Colleen,
his better half.
Colleen O'Brien. That's so funny. They've been working together way too long. Yes. I've known these guys for years, and I know they know a lot because I'm on their show every week, so this should be real easy for you, right?
Oh, man, you're putting the pedestal way too high.
Okay. David, we're going to start with you because we're going for age over beauty.
Yes, thank you.
The rules are you have 20 seconds to answer. Mm-hmm. If you don't answer correctly, I'll give it to the other contestant, okay?
What's the prize?
I will take you out to dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try then. Okay.
Stakes are high.
All right, here's the first question, and this is to Mr. Ross.
Yes.
The topic for round one is financial questions.
Financial questions.
This tax form reports income from self-employment, earnings, interest, and dividends. What is this form?
1090 SE.
No, that's not right.
Oh. 1040 SE.
Well, you don't get to multiple guesses.
I believe I get that point because
I believe Colleen gets to answer the question.
1040 SE.
No, it's 1099.
Oh, 1099.
You even gave the second wrong answer.
Yes. The 1099 documents payments made by an individual or business that is not your employer. The business that pays the money then fills out the form at the end of the year and sends the copy to you and the IRS.
All right,
okay, question number 2. Colleen.
Okay.
The principal on your home loan is higher than what your home is worth. What is this term called? No?
Totally don't know.
Mr. Ross, do you know?
Underwater.
That is correct.
Yes.
How about
gracious.
that? Yes. And that's also something that can happen with a car loan. The car's worth less than what you owe on the loan. You're underwater. Not a good place to be.
That's why I've never been in that situation.
Okay, that's
why I didn't know.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. This is question number 3, and this goes to you, David.
Okay.
Name one of the 3 major factors that are used to determine credit scores. I'll give you 1 point for each correct answer.
Your salary, your past credit payment history, your ownership of a home.
Okay, I'll give you 1.
You give me 1.
I'll give you 1. The factors are your payment history.
Mm-hmm.
That you got that one. The amounts you owe.
Your debt.
The length of credit history. So those are the big 3. That's why your credit score might drop a bit if you cancel a card, especially if it's one you had for a while. It's also why you want to pay your bills on time every time.
I just assume everybody pays their credit card on time.
Yes, you're wrong. Okay. All right, next question.
Okay.
Is a business required to accept cash, Colleen, if you want to pay that way? Do they have to accept cash, yes or no?
This was a big debate for a little bit around here. I'm going to say yes, because it's legal tender.
The answer is not correct. So, Dave, do you want to answer?
I believe the answer is no, because I've seen more and more businesses saying no cash allowed. Or, we only, like at stadiums, for example, just credit transactions.
According to the Federal Reserve, there is no federal statute that requires a private business person or organization to accept currency or coins as payment for goods or services, even though it says legal tender right there on the dollar bill. A few states, including Massachusetts and Colorado, and a couple of cities, including Detroit, New York, and Philly, have laws that prohibit businesses from going cashless, but there's no federal regulation.
Yeah,
okay,
federal.
All right.
Okay, I got
whose turn is it now?
Tricky questioning.
It's
Colleen's.
Colleen's turn.
It's my turn again.
Here we go. All right. This federal law regulates how consumer credit information is collected, used, and shared to ensure accuracy and fairness and privacy.
Consumer Protection Law.
Is it the Truth in Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or the Fair Credit Billing Act?
The second one.
The Fair Credit Reporting Act?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes! Oh, listen to this. Hey, she scores one. Okay, very good.
I didn't know it was multiple choice. I'm glad it was.
Well, I got to make it easy for you to get some of these right.
You really do. You
The
really
Fair
do.
Credit Billing Act protects consumers from billing errors and open-ended credit accounts, such as credit cards and store charge accounts. The Truth in Lending Act, which we've heard, TILA, that requires lenders to disclose information about the terms and costs of consumer credit. The law's purpose is to help consumers make informed decisions about credit by standardizing how borrowing costs are calculated and disclosed. But the Fair Credit Reporting Act has to do with how this information is collected and shared. Very good. All right, our last question in the finance section. And then we'll get the score.
What's the score?
We'll get the score at the end of the.
I want to know what the stakes are in this last question.
You're winning right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really weird because you
I know.
usually.
I know.
All right. Last question in this section.
Okay.
You're out shopping and you need some cash. You see an ATM, but it's not affiliated with your bank. You decide to use it anyway because you're going to buy someone dinner, like me, Mr. Ross. After all, how much could it cost you to get your own money out of that ATM? Well, according to Bankrate.com, what's the average fee for using an out-of-network cash machine? And I'll make it multiple choice.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
$1.14, $2.12, $3.57, or $4.77. The average fee when using an out-of-network cash machine.
Average fee. I'm going to say $4.77.
Believe it or not, that's right.
Because the last time I had one, this was a foreign transaction. It was much higher than I expected, and so I chose the higher.
Yes, it's $4.77, a record high, according to Bankrate.com. So the one way to get cash in a pinch, if you don't have an ATM around in
borrow
your
it from
network,
Herb.
is borrow it from Herb, or when you're making a debit card purchase, ask for a little cash back. Although I got to say, they are now
Some grocery
starting.
stores are starting to charge.
They're starting to charge,
Yeah.
so you got to ask first if there's a charge.
But
All
it's
right.
lower. It's like 50 cents.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
Yeah. I would have known that one. Darn it.
Okay, so at the end of the first round, the Dean of Seattle Radio Anchors is running away with it. Dave Ross 4, Colleen O'Brien 1. But we've got a long way to go. Up next, nutrition questions. I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, and you're listening to Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge, powered by checkbook.org.
If you like what you hear, we hope you'll consider being a Consumerpedia supporter by using the link at the bottom of the show notes to make a small contribution each month. This is Consumerpedia.
And now back to Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge. Here's the man with all the questions, Consumer Man Herb Weisbaum.
What a fun way to celebrate our 75th episode. Before we get back to Dave and Colleen, I want to let you know that we have an online version of Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge that you can play. I put a link in the show notes that will take you to our quiz page. All right, the next section is food and nutrition.
Okay.
And because you both like to eat a lot, you should be
Yes.
really
Deal.
good.
I'm
going to
hungry.
mix this up and start with you this time, Colleen. Okay, here we go. How many calories are in a gram of protein? 3, 4, 7, or 9?
In a gram of protein.
A gram
how
of
many
protein.
3, 4, 7, or 9? 7.
Mr. Ross, how many calories are in a gram of protein?
That's so
I'm
low.
going to say 9.
Both are wrong. Sorry.
There you go.
The answer is 4. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories, the same as carbohydrates.
That's so low. I would expect it to be higher.
That's why you want to eat that instead of fat, because the next question, Mr. Ross, is
Yes.
how many calories are in a gram of fat? 3, 4, 7, or 9?
Okay, 9.
That is correct.
There you
Man, you
go.
just gave it to him.
And that is, well, he's old. I mean, come on.
Here we go again.
Which is why the foods, they put on pounds more than the other foods.
That's
okay.
true.
All right. Colleen, it's your turn this time.
I gotta get points.
Yes. We waste a lot of food in this country, often because people throw things away as they hit the sell-by or best-if-used-by date. But most things are good way past those dates. So 2 questions based on that premise.
Okay.
In general, how long should milk last in the fridge after its sell-by date? And I'll give you a hint. It's less than a month.
So the answer is less than a month. No, I will say 14 days.
Sorry, that is not correct. Mr. Ross?
I have had milk last a week, so I'll say a week.
I'll give you that, Mr. Ross. You are talking 5 to 7 days. When stored at 40 degrees Fahrenheit and not left out of the fridge for extended time periods, milk should last approximately 5 to 7 days past the
I
sell-by
drink
date.
almond milk, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've tried that. It's
The
not bad.
odds are stacked against me
And it's
here.
not really milk, but that's
I
okay.
know.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Almond juice.
Yes. I don't drink almond milk anymore. I drink soy milk
Because of the use of water and
Just-
the... I know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm bad.
That's okay. No, it's fine. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the second.
my question.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
sorry.
the second. How long can it last? Question. Okay. How long can eggs purchased on the sell-by date last? 1 week, 2 to 3 weeks, or 3 to 5 weeks?
3 to 5.
Yes.
Thank
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
There's-
She's on the scoreboard again.
Yes.
That is according to the UC Berkeley Wellness Letter, 3 to 5 weeks. And get this. Consumer Report says, this is knowledge you need to know. Listen to this one.
Yes.
Consumer Report says you can determine how fresh eggs are by using the float test. Have you ever heard of the float test?
Yes.
You have? Mm-hmm. Put an uncracked egg, into a bowl of water. If it sinks and lies flat on the bottom, it's fresh. If it stands upright, it's older but safe to eat. A really old egg, CR says, will float and should be tossed.
Because of
How
all
about
the
that?
gases,
I heard
right?
there was a
Like
float test, but I never knew how it worked. So now I know.
There you
Thank
go. Okay, David, this is yours.
Yes.
Which of these 3 statements is correct?
Correct.
Vitamin C has been proven to prevent colds. Fish oil capsules can help prevent a heart attack. Vitamin B12 supplements can help keep you mentally sharp. Which one of these is correct?
Correct in that it's been clinically proven?
Yes.
None.
No, that's not the right answer.
Uh-oh.
okay.
Colleen, which
It's
of
going
the...
to be the B12 one.
That's exactly right.
And I know that because I use it.
So let me just give a little explanation for people
Yeah.
who are going, vitamin C. So as people age, their bodies may have a harder time absorbing vitamin B12 from food. Its deficiency can cause fatigue, muscle weakness, anemia, nerve damage, mood disturbances, and difficulty walking. So because it's easier for seniors, like me and Dave, to absorb B12 from supplements, their doctors may recommend it. Or if your blood test shows you're short in B12, some younger people may have it recommended. According to the National Institutes of Health, large doses of vitamin C may help reduce how long a cold lasts by like a day or so, but large doses of vitamin C do not protect against getting a cold. Sorry, Linus Pauling, the later research showed you were not right. And we know that people who eat more fish have lower rates of heart attack and stroke, but research shows fish oil capsules won't prevent a first heart attack. If you have existing cardiovascular disease, your doctor may recommend fish oil capsules that stop the progression of the disease, but it can't stop a first heart attack. And there's some new research that just literally came out a week ago that indicates that people who haven't had a heart attack and take fish oil capsules could increase cardiovascular disease.
That's not good.
So that's not good. Fish is the best. Fatty
Eat fish.
like
Make
salmon.
sure you put down my point. You haven't
yes,
put it
I
down
gotta-
yet. Thank you.
So B12.
all I can get.
She is competitive.
Is there a way to get B12 without having to pop a capsule?
Well, it's
I
the
use
problem.
the spray.
Yeah, the problem.
Spray?
Yeah, it's like a little mouth spray, and it's instant.
The
It's
problem
real
is
good.
it's in
Seriously.
food and stuff, Dave, but because as we get older, our body just can't digest it, so you take a supplement. And that's the one supplement that's
B12.
really good.
Why didn't you tell me about this earlier, Colleen?
You're just so sharp. I didn't think you needed it.
All right, fine.
I have never heard that on the air, but I guess he really is sharp, right? Yeah. All right, final question of this segment, and then we'll get the score. David, are you
Yes.
ready, David?
Yes.
Skim milk, as we know, has no fat. It's all been removed.
Right.
1% milk, by definition, is 1% fat. What's the percentage of fat in whole milk?
2%. No, wait, no.
Nope, that was his answer.
was your
I get it.
Oh, you're right.
4%.
That is correct. 4%. Yay, Colleen.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Whole milk, skim milk.
Not so sharp
and 1 or
now, are you,
2%.
Mr. Ross?
I need the B12. That's the whole thing.
And by the way, they all have the same amount of protein, vitamin D, and calcium.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just the fat content that's different, and the fat drives up the calorie count. So an 8-ounce glass of skim has 80 calories, while a glass of whole milk has 150 calories. So there you go. And with that, we're at the end of round 2, and Dave remains in the lead with 7 points. Colleen has 4. But anything can happen in the final round, the odds and ends category. I'm Herb Weisbaum, and you're listening to Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge, powered by Checkbook.org.
At checkbook.org, we have the answers to your consumer questions 24/7. That's checkbook.org. We're a unique nonprofit that can help you with select local service providers, avoid trouble, and save money. Because we don't accept any advertising or take money from any business we recommend, you can rely on Checkbook to be completely independent and objective. Our advice is always free. Ratings of local services are available with a subscription. If you live in one of these 7 metro areas and haven't joined Checkbook yet, check us out. Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Washington, D.C. Get your free 30-day subscription by going to checkbook.org/consumerpedia.
And now the final round of Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge. Here's your quizmaster, consumer man Herb Weisbaum.
Here we are, the third and final round with the morning anchor team from KIRO Newsradio in Seattle. Dave Ross, 7, Colleen O'Brien, 4. Round 3.
Okay.
Round 3 is odds and ends. Just a few leftover questions I wrote and didn't know what to do with. Okay. You call it odds and ends. It works at Jeopardy. It'll work for me.
All
right. And who's for? Well, we should start with Dave this time because you started the last round.
No, okay.
Is that
fine.
okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Dave,
My
smoke
turn, but I'll
alarms.
be nice.
Smoke alarms have a limited life.
Yes.
Parts can fail, sensors can get less sensitive. How often should you replace your home's smoke alarm?
Every 10 years.
That is actually correct. Way to go, Mr. Ross. Yes, the National Fire Protection Association says every 10 years. By the way, some alarms now come with a 10-year battery.
Right.
So once the battery runs out, you just throw it away. So you know about that. Okay, Colleen, true or false?
Okay.
You're in the supermarket and trying to decide between 2 jugs of laundry detergent. They're different sizes and different prices. So you go with a larger one since you know that you always get a discount buying larger sizes. True or false?
False.
That is correct.
You got to look at the unit price.
That is correct. Right, because sometimes the smaller, especially if it's on sale, and the bigger size isn't on sale.
You have to look at the per ounce or per pod or yes.
Yes, and some places, since this is a national podcast, some places don't have unit pricing regulations.
They don't?
No, so what you have to do is maybe get a calculator and do how many loads per size or whatever.
It's my favorite kind of math because when you're at the grocery store, it just feels like they're trying to trick you at every turn.
Correct.
So if you compare that price per ounce or whatever,
Right.
do
Yes.
it. Pull
And
out
they
your
make
phone.
the print on the unit prices so tiny.
tiny.
Yeah.
You have to bring a magnifier.
Well, if you have B12, it makes it a lot easier.
Sometimes
I'm
they'll put
working on the
stuff-
B12.
Sometimes they'll put stuff on sale too, but the unit price is still better on the non-sale item.
Right.
It's
Yes.
insane.
And one thing that drives me crazy, and I'm not sure if it's legal or not, but the ones that have the regulation and have to have it, they put one thing in gallons and one thing in ounces.
That's right.
Come on.
Yes.
Put it in the same. It's supposed to be in, that you can't, it's supposed to be easy to use. Okay. David, this is your question.
Okay.
Most stores are very generous with their return policies, but some stores, especially when it's a sale, say all sales final. Is that legal to say all sales final? Yes or no?
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, state laws vary, but in general, as long as it's clearly disclosed before the sale that all sales are final, that's legal. That said, if the merchandise you bought was damaged or defective, unless it was as is sale, like a scratched appliance or something, the store must repair it, replace it, or give you a refund.
Okay. So as is a different thing then.
That's a different
Okay.
thing. Yep. All right, Colleen, true or false? Most companies do not need to tell you how much U.S. content is in their products. 4 products are required to disclose this content information. Give me the 4, and I'll give you 1 point for each one you can give me.
So 4 products need to disclose how much of it was made in the U.S.
Yep.
Cars?
That's correct?
Thank you. Home construction?
No.
I get 2 more guesses. Refrigerators, appliances.
No.
And I can't think of any products.
Time's up. All right.
I literally can't think of any products right now.
Automobiles,
Yeah.
textiles,
Textiles.
wool, and fur products.
All I can think about was food.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. David, yours.
Yes.
If you have a car accident and are cited for a moving violation, you should expect to get hit with a surcharge on your auto insurance premiums for a few years. On average, how many years will it be after an accident or moving violation until the surcharge is dropped by the insurance company?
Ooh, 5 years.
I'll give that to you. It's
7.
It's 3 to 5 years.
It's 3 to 5.
3 to 5
I would have been
years.
wrong. I would have
Yes.
said 5 to 7.
And extremely risky behavior, such as DUI, will drive up your rates for as long as 10 years, according to bankrate.com. So you got to be careful of that. All right, this is the last question.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Here
I'm
we go.
sweating.
Colleen,
Yeah.
fabric care labels are not only useful, they're required by federal regulation. There are 6 pieces of information that must be on the clothing labels. Give me 2 of them.
Okay. I'm going to say whether it's dry cleaner, machine washable, the fabric content.
And both of those are correct. Yes! And it's all of washing instructions, so machine wash, hand wash, or not wash. The drying instructions, tumble dry, air dry, whatever. Ironing instructions, dry cleaning information, can it be dry clean or not? And the care symbol, which are the visual representations if for people who don't speak English and would need to know what to do. So at the end of 3 amazing rounds,
Yes.
we have Colleen O'Brien 8, Dave Ross 10. Go
yes.
figure.
Oh, you just got in there and
A
won.
win is a win, Colleen. A win is a win.
And imagine if he had
Congratulations.
taken his B12. Oh my God.
I would just walk out. I wouldn't be able to compete.
Before the next one.
Right. Hey,
Boy,
thank you
the
guys
answer's
so
right.
much for kicking off the
was
College of
fun.
Knowledge on checkbook.org. I
was
love you
fun
guys, and
and
thank you so
humbling.
much.
Yes, it
Humbling.
was.
And drive home safely.
Yes, we'll try.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Remember, we have an online version of Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge that you can play. I put a link in the show notes. And that's it for this edition of Consumerpedia. We hope you'll rate this episode and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Remember, we release new episodes every other Thursday. Another way you can support this show is to follow us on Consumerpedia on Facebook and Instagram. and at MyConsumerpedia on X, formerly Twitter. I'm Herb Weisbaum. Thanks for listening.
Consumerpedia is a public service of Checkbook.org. We're a unique nonprofit that helps you save money and make smarter choices. You can count on Checkbook to help you find the best services and avoid the worst, with local ratings that are accurate and unbiased. If you live in or around these 7 cities and haven't joined Checkbook yet, check us out: Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, Minneapolis-St. Paul, and Washington, D.C. To get your free 30-day subscription, go to checkbook.org/consumerpedia. If you like what you've heard, we hope you'll become a supporter by using the link at the bottom of the show notes to make a small contribution each month. Consumerpedia, empowering consumers to save money and make smarter choices.